What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Cat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Cat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Cat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
We got the rainbow there. I'm gonna jump. Don't do it. You're not on the latest service pack. Come on down. We can install it together.
Don't make me chase you. Come on, stop. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Can we work something out, officer?
Maybe. Oh, no.
Cat boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah, so we've been on the force for quite a while. I've been on the force for about 5 years, and I've seen some pretty scary stuff in my day.
Yeah, you got that right. Remember that time we busted that guy using that 2-button mouse?
Oh, it's out of control. I can't believe some people.
Yeah, you might as well have been living in the Stone Ages using a chisel and stone.
Yeah.
Unit 2012, be advised it's 2005 near Extrude and Sweet Street.
Isn't that just around here somewhere?
Yeah, I think it's up around the corner here. Well, what is that? That's designing a slide rule, right?
No, it's a 1965.
Wait a minute, I thought that was a 1970.
No, that's the years the Beatles broke up, dude.
Guthrie Hatch, 2005 DWD, driving while designing.
Hit the lights, let's go. Oh, I see him right there. He is. Let's go. Yep, there he is. Let's get him. He's slowing down. We got him. All right, there he is. This guy's over. This guy's busted. Let's get him. Let's get out. Let's see what this guy's all about. Let's get this guy. I don't know what this Joker thinks he is.
Man, it's always one.
Hey, buddy, did you not see us stop back there? No, sir. You look, you look pretty tired. You look like you've been designing all night.
No, I'm okay. I'm really okay.
What's over there?
Just my coat. No.
That looks like a laptop. What is this? Get out of the car. Red Bull laptop. What have you been up to here, buddy? Come to the back of the car. Wait a minute. What was that? This guy's got a 2-button mouse back here, too. You're done, buddy. You're finished. You have the right to rebuild. You have the right to underdefined sketches. Anything you say can and will be held against you.
Downtown, man.
By the...
Come on, let's have something really productive.
Yeah, come on. Let's go. Let's go back to the car. All right, mister thinks it's okay to design while driving. Let's hear what you have to say for yourself.
Well, look, there's not enough time during the workday to get my work done. I also have to do it when I'm driving into work.
Yeah, we know all about it. We've been looking into your background and saw you're wasting lots of time trying to find files.
Well, that's because we don't have any data management or any IT. It's not my fault.
That's right, well, I think your parole officer's going to have a long talk about you getting on Infuse when we're finished with you.
But for now, why don't we use the new pin documents in Solidworks 2012? With this, you can easily pin your most commonly used files right from the recent documents pop-up. And even open the folder from where that file is located. Isn't that easy? Come on.
Fantastic.
It's also available right from the file menu as well. But that's just the tip of the iceberg with this fella. What's with all these crazy decimal dimensions on this part that we have here?
Well, that's because we use the millimeters, but our customers use the inches. I'm always going into document properties to change the units, so we usually just leave it.
You time waster. Why don't you just use the unit switcher in the status bar to change it on the fly? But let's get to the real crime here. Sheet metal. That really gets me bent out of shape.
That's right, Hatch. You're wasting a lot of time with workarounds trying to figure out things like this up-to-vertex flange. When you start changing the angle, the length of the flange keeps changing. Now you can just choose parallel to base flange and get the exact result you're after.
Or how about figuring out the length of the flange at an angle from the outside of the bend? You can now reference the outside tangency to ensure that you have the right length flange. So now, when it comes time to close those corners, you can get the right size and shape of your part.
You're bending the truth. I'm innocent.
I don't think so. Let's take a look at another example where you're trying to control flange length and position. For example, when you have an angled flange and you want to maintain tangency to the end of the part, just like before, as you start changing the angle, existing options don't give you exactly what you're after. But with tangent flange position, you have accurate control. Combine this with tangent bend length, and you have more control over your flanges and your questionable driving habits.
And no more wasting time on trying to add form features either. It's easy now to place them on the part and locate those form tools. Now with the property manager, you can even dynamically rotate, flip, and even utilize configurations. There's no guesswork involved anymore.
It doesn't matter anything. I can't unfold this part because of the corner reinforcement.
Well, if you were using 2012, you know that you can now select faces to ignore when unfolding a sheet metal part. This means that you should never have any problem unfolding any of your components. And speaking of flat patterns, we know that you've been using draft site to fake a lot of your flat patterns, especially when it comes to swept flanges.
The swept flanges in Solidworks.
If you'd use the command search, you would see how easy it is to find any tool. Just start typing the name and a list of possible tools is presented. Once you're creating a sweep flange in sheet metal, it's just like any other sweep profile. Pick the profile and the path, and that's it. There's no faking flat patterns anymore, and it unfolds easily.
Yes, I think we're forming a strong case here.
Yeah, whatever. Is that all you have on me?
No, not by a long shot. I know how much time you've been placing diameter dimensions in your sketches. If you were using SolidWorks 2012, you could have just placed one diameter dimension, and the dimension tool would automatically lock in a double dimension mode, saving you a lot of wasted picks and clicks.
What? No way.
Yeah, well, you should also be using a new equation editor in SolidWorks 2012. Now with a single dialog box and an automatic solve order, which we'll enable in a little bit, it has new things like category view, dimension view, and ordered view. You'll notice that when we turn automatic solve order on, we don't have to worry about the order we created our equations in anymore.
And adding equations is fluid and dynamic now. Let's start simple by making one dimension, one jet, equal to another. Notice the colors highlighting makes it easy to tell whether you've got the right or wrong syntax.
That's right, Hatch, but you also now have a drop-down that makes it easy to utilize information in the model, such as file properties, functions, and global variables. Also, automatic rebuild reflects those changes instantly, giving us dynamic feedback.
And like equations, we can add global variables and access a list of recently used values, reducing wasted time and typos. We can immediately use those variables in our equations. Sometimes we want more than that in model dimensions. So we can now add those to our equations and utilize the measure tool from the pull down. This creates a reference dimension on the fly, and that means the equations stay parametric, giving us more control and flexibility over our designs.
You can also drive these global variables with an equation of their own, adding more depth to the design. Finally, as always, we can create complex equations, utilizing multiple values inside of the model to solve complex problems with simple solutions, such as the hole spacing on this part.
Well, to be fair, you created those equations in the wrong order, but SolidWorks 2012 took care of that for you with its powerful automatic solve order.
Well, I hope I can change my ways as easy as creating these equations in SolidWorks.
Well, rehabilitation doesn't come with an automatic rebuild, Cookie.
Let's get it down.